Okay, so now we're going to put an EasyStart, Micro-Air EasyStart on the air conditioner. And there's 4 screws in the corners, or 2 are in the back corner, and the other 2 are on the front corner. Okay. And then you just lift this off. All right. Oops. I think.
I should tell John he's probably going to get on here the recording. Should we tell him?
Maybe not. It'll just be mumbling.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna put it over here. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
So that's alcohol,
Yeah.
right?
So I'm cleaning this with alcohol, so the EasyStart will stick. And these ends, so they have an easier time getting through the places we need them to get through, and they don't get all, messed up. And offset them like this, so they get through easier. You just don't want to get putty all over them. This is so awkward. Oh.
I go in there constantly and we just like what we have done. He actually has a secure office
So try to make the hole opening as big as you can, so you can push the wire through.
Okay, so you're pulling the wire through. There it is.
Yeah.
Great.
That's all right.
He's messing up the video.
Oh, the people watching it will get a history lesson as well as get an installation. Okay. So then you just pull your wire through like this. All right. Okay, so we pull this off. This is double-sided tape. Usually this comes with the kit, but for some reason it didn't come with yours. So, alright, so then you just put it here and press it in place.
No, that's a nice mount.
Yeah, and you can bend this copper pipe just a little bit. Doesn't hurt it. Do it slowly.
So I called it, and they
Okay. And then route your
all over it.
wire.
Lost 23
Make sure it's not, you know, like in a bind or anything.
working on
Over here.
it. They've been
And then
recruited and passed away.
push the putty.
And I just said,
Push the putty back over where the wires are. Just to seal that up. All right. Okay. Now,
Anyway, I shouldn't say that. And,
okay, let's. There are two possible mounting locations for the EasyStart. One in the spot that I installed it, and the other one is in the opposite corner, as you see pictured here. Whichever location you choose, make sure the wire is facing downward. You'll be routing the wire the same way through the hole on the wall between the compressor and the fan, and then on around to where you come in on the wiring box. This is a one-page diagram that I made to help myself recognize the wiring a little easier, and I was referring to it during my installation in the video. Okay, I turned it on, so, because I can edit it. Okay, now I'm going to be working right here, so this is the most important part of the view. Okay, but first, I need, well, yeah, let me go ahead and open this up. Okay, so now, I'm just going to put my zip ties there. So now we need to take this off. That's okay. Alright, so leave that out. Leave this out. Alright, so we're going to lift up this cover. And then we have to pull out this plastic grommet. Bummer to get out. Just pry it out. Okay, now. Then we're going to have to thread this. Or it resets itself or something, because it started back up all by itself before. All right. So now we want to thread each one of these wires through here.
John, do you have your cell phone? John, do you have your cell phone?
Okay. All right. And then we want to pull these through. All right, and we need that because we want to see where we want to zip tie. Put a couple of zip ties to keep this cord secure. With the other wires. Okay. Now, I personally think you can never have too many zip ties, so I'll put one right here as well. All right, now, where's my phone? Is we want to disconnect this little do-jobby thing right here. They call it a PC something or other. And then back in here, this little black thing is called the start capacitor, and this is the run capacitor. So we're going to be removing everything from the start capacitor, the black one. So just get in there and pull the red and the white wires first. And make sure you pull just the connectors that were attached to the black start capacitor. So we're just completely disconnecting the black start capacitor. So you disconnect the wires from the start capacitor that go to the silver run capacitor. So as I said, you want to, I'm just trying to disconnect everything that used to have a relationship to this little black start capacitor. We don't want that to be there anymore. And then you may or may not have a final wire. Sometimes it'll be a purple, sometimes it could be a black, and it could even be a white. So what you want to do is, if you have one last different colored wire, like I said, black, white, or purple, you disconnect it from the start terminal, and then you're going to put it on a vacant terminal right here on this front one. This is the compressor terminal. So you want to put the last remaining start capacitor wire, the purple, black, or white, on a vacant terminal of that. Okay. All right, So that's on there. Okay, so that's done. All right, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to trace back the compressor wire. And you know it's the compressor wire because it's a white wire that runs back. This is the compressor. So you want to trace a white wire that just runs in this direction. And it's the larger wire. See, there's actually two wires here that go that way. There's this larger white wire, and then there's this thinner white wire. It's the larger of the two white wires. So we want to disconnect that. And then we're going to So we're going to take that white wire and we're going to cut the end off of it, and we're going to strip it. And then we're going to take the brown wire, we're going to strip it back. Then we're going to take this 2 connector Wago connector. Alright, that went. Alright, give it a good pull. That's good. Okay. And then the next thing is we plug the EasyStart white wire into this vacant C terminal, compressor terminal. I'm not, I just want to make sure. You have to make sure. I forgot to think about that. You have to make sure you get the blade in on the little spade thing. Because you could push it down just between the plastic, but you have to make sure it gets seated inside that little. Okay. All right, and then next we're going to take this blue wire that's connected to where it says H. I'm going to take the blue wire and hook it to the black wire. Cut that in half. Strip it. Strip some of the black. Twist the ends. Good. Use your little Wago connector. on, make sure they're all tight, and you can see in the back of the connector, you can see the wire goes all the way in. And this is the bar that makes all the connections. Okay? Oh my gosh, it starts. Okay. And then last but not least, we have an orange connector, and it gets plugged on this spare terminal back here. And again, you want to make sure you get it put in that little Alright, that all looks great. Okay, now I'm going to, okay, I don't need my phone. I'm just going to put a couple more zip ties on all this, just to make sure it doesn't get in a bind. And really just flop around. Okay, and the same with this. I'm going to put these ends together right here. Alright, so that should secure those all together nicely. Alright. Okay, now, it's actually the best, this has to go through what's called a learning process. So it's best, it's really best if you can do that on 30 amp shore power. So, what I would say is, when you get a chance, bring this over to your house and hook it up to your 30 amp shore power, and then just turn on the air conditioner and walk away and let it run, you know, an hour, 2 hours, you know, just let it run for a while, and it will go through its learn process, and you know, then it'll be ready to use. And if you want to know whether it went through its, you know, whether it went through the learn process, you know, appropriately or not, all you need to do is measure from the time that your that the compressor, the air conditioner compressor, which you can hear that, you know, it's like that second boom, you know, hum after the fan runs. From the time from when it turns off, when the compressor stops running, to when it starts running again, should be 3 minutes. And that's how you know it went through the learn process and learned. Now, you can, EasyStart does say you can run, you can do the learn process using your generator if the generator ran the air conditioner before the EasyStart installation. And I do know also that a 3,000 watt inverter can do the EasyStart learn process. So if you know, are doing an upgrade and you do the 3,000 watt inverter and the EasyStart at the same time, then after you get done with the 3,000 watt inverter installation, you can actually do the learning process. And again, you have to run it for, you know, a good hour, because the learn process is 5 starts and stops of the compressor. So just you know, just turn it on and let it run for like an hour. You know, don't turn the thermostat down way low. Turn it at a reasonable temperature so it will cycle off and on. And then, you know, like I said, basically those, you know, 5 or 6 cycles are what needs to occur in order for it to finish its learn process. So just turn it on, let it run for an hour, 2 hours, whatever you, definitely an hour, and it'll learn, and you'll be done with it. Okay, so now we can get the cover back on.